What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. So this past week, I put this poll up on the channel asking you guys what Naruto Kayou video you want to see next. I gave you two options. The first being a fun little video showcasing my top 3 favorite cards in every single rarity, and the second being the opening of a Tier 2 Wave 5 box. And as you guys can see, the majority vote was for the former. And for those of you who vote for the latter, fret not, because we will be opening up this Tier 2 Wave 5 box in a video at some point next week. And now I just want to say one thing before I get started, because I of course don't have every single Naruto Kayou card in the collection. Is there anyone out there who does? I would be intrigued to know. But I've never pulled, for instance, any of those super rare SE cards. I've never actually pulled an NR card either, despite opening up many Tier 3 boxes. So yeah, there's going to be cards in this video that I haven't got. So I'm actually going to be borrowing images from Capsule Corp Gear. And I highly recommend you guys go and check out the site. There is a link to it in the description below. It's a great piece of resource information for collecting this set. There is a Naruto Kayou card guide on there, and most importantly there is the card list. You've got high quality images of every single card available, so you can see, you know, what is SP number 7 for instance. You can also search the boxes to see what cards you can pull from said boxes. You can even then search for a card, see which box you need to buy to pull that card. He also has other card lists on there for Union Arena, the likes of Bleach, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia, just to name a few. And he does also have a YouTube channel where he showcases a bunch of anime, TCGs and other related products. Make sure you guys go and show him some love. But without any further ado, let's get into this. First up guys, we have the R cards, the bulk and boring ones. Well, I say boring, they're just more plain, right? Nothing too special about them. And the first one we have here is Kid Naruto searching for something, I don't know what. Nothing really special about the card, it just kind of gives me memory. Man, I'm struggling to say gives. First up guys, we have the R cards, the bulk and boring. Well, I say boring, they're not really. First up guys, we have the R cards, the bulk and boring ones. Well, I say boring, they're just plain real. First up guys, we have the R cards, the bulk and boring ones. Well, they're not really boring, they're just very, very plain. And the first one we have here is Kid Naruto searching for God knows what. It's nothing special, it just kind of gives me these memories of all the shenanigans he used to get up to as a kid, which did make me laugh. Next up then we have Hinata. I just feel this one showcases her natural beauty with some cherry blossoms in the background and some kind of temple or dojo there in the top corner as well. She is also one of my waifus. Yes, I said one. I'm like Tengen from Demon Slayer. I have to have 3 if you guys are wondering. Toru Honda from Fruits Basket and Asuna from Sword Art Online are my other 2. My favourite R card then is the Sasuke Curse Mark. I feel it goes really, really well with the awesome Funko Pop. Speaking of which, this is just a quick segue guys. Have you seen the newly released, well I say newly released, the new glam shots of the Funko Pops coming out soon for Naruto? Check them out. We've got Kakashi, Hidan, which also has this awesome chase variant of his like Jushin Grim Reaper vibe that's going on. We've got Ino, Sai, Conan, that looks really, really cool. Shino as well as Choji. These are all the commons as well, so we've still got to see the exclusive ones. I imagine there will be an exclusive Itachi because there's also this little pop keychain coming out, you know, like Itachi in the moonlight, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get a standard size pop of that as well. I think Sasori, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure Sasori is now the only Akatsuki member we don't have in Funko Pop format, so maybe we'll get an exclusive of him, maybe in his armor, and then like another one to come later. I mean, knowing Funko, we'll probably get some exclusives of these where they're just like glow in the dark or metallic, but yeah, thought I'd just show these off to you guys if you hadn't seen them yet. On to the SR cards then guys, and to be honest, this one actually isn't in my top 3, but I think it did merit an honorable mention because so many people talk about it in the Facebook groups that they love it so much. Yeah, I like, we all grow up wanting to be Naruto and we just end up like Master Jiraiya, right? That's enough said on that card. Here are my 3 favorite SRs then. This first one of Asuma Sarutobi, I just think it looks really, really cool. You know, in the village, we've got the Hokage rock sculptures in the background. I just think it's a really, really nice SR card. Then we have this one here of Sasuke. I just think it's really, really cool with some of the kind of lightning energy in the background. I believe this is the fight, like the first battle with Zabuza, and he like turns Naruto into that big, like they use Shadow Clone Jutsu, or is it Shadow Clone Transformation? Whatever it is, to change like Naruto into that big shuriken. I think that's what that battle's from anyway, but yeah, that's a pretty cool one. And this is my favorite. I think I've said it in quite a few videos when I like open up packs and pull SR cards. I just really like it for some reason. It's nice and colorful, you know, Kakashi reading one, or I don't know if it's one of Jiraiya's novels, but certainly a novel, and just kind of giving a bit of a hello. Next we have the SSRs, and I have to say it was really hard picking out 3. In my opinion, the SSRs are such cool looking cards, even though they are a low rarity, but I have decided to go with these 3. First up then, we have Hidan here in his Jushin / Grim Reaper form to match that Chase Funko Pop coming very soon. Really hope I can pull that one. But yeah, I just feel it's a really cool, eerie looking card. I actually really liked Hidan. I know a lot of people don't for what he did to Asuma. I mean, I don't like what he did to Asuma, but you know, I like my villains to be rather brash, and he certainly was. We then have this one right here. I believe it's like the only card which truly showcases Shadow Clone Jutsu, and I just think it's really cool. You don't see it too much. One of the earlier SSR cards, and my favorite one, I think, again, I've mentioned this quite a few times in videos when I've opened up these packs and pulled these SSR cards. I've pulled this one definitely a whole bunch of times, but it's just such a cool one of Sasuke there with the perfect, well, I don't know if it's perfect Susanoo, definitely one version of the Susanoo in the background, but yeah, it's just really cool. Next, I'm going to do the TR cards, guys, the transparent ones, the chibi cards. First up here, we have a very cute young Hinata. Kind of reminds me of the tuning exam days when she went to speak to Naruto and gave him some like healing salve or whatever it was. Next up, far from cute, here we have Master Jiraiya doing some research. Just makes me laugh every single time. And my favorite TR card is this one of Itachi. If you guys have watched the channel before, you know he is my favorite character. I just think this one looks so cool with his Sharingan in the background, the crows, the kind of red blood splatter to an extent. Yeah, just such a cool card. Next up then we have the TGRs, which are like the slightly rarer, golder, shinier chibi cards. And first up we have Minato in his Okage jacket with a kunai. I just think it looks really cool, giving us a wink. Then we have Sage Mode Naruto with the Rasen Shuriken. Sage Mode Naruto, again, if you guys have watched the videos before, you know that is my favorite form. But yeah, my favorite TGR card then is this one of Pain. It just looks really cool, really badass. We do not have enough Pain cards in the Naruto Kayou collection. I hope more do come in those new sets. Next up then, guys, we have the HR cards. Again, it was a really hard choice because there are so many really cool ones, especially the ones like this that do change. So this is of Itachi and Sasuke when they were younger, and it of course changes to, I guess, like their final battle scene, right? Itachi's death scene. Just such a memorable moment, and yeah, such a cool card. How it does change like that. Then we have Team 7 here, well, both versions of Team 7. So we've got the one of Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura, and of course the, I always say, are they the OG Team 7, or was there like a Team 7 before them, right? But Minato, Obito, Kakashi, and Rin. Yeah, just another really cool, really fitting card. And my favorite HR, guys, doesn't actually have much movement at all. I just really love this one of Kakashi Iruka, and I've never known if it is Naruto in the background or if it's supposed to be Minato. If it is Naruto, I just feel it has like such a poignant meaning, right? The two father figures that essentially survived and guided him for so long. But it's like the sunset in the background, this like temple building, whatever it is. I just think it looks like so cool. It's such a nice card. I'm going to do the ZRs next, guys, and I always say I really do like these cards. We've got the younger self in the foreground in color and the older self in the background in this kind of stylized design, as well as the name on the side. You don't really see Jiraiya's too much. The kind of design, the artwork is covering it, but yeah, still really cool. We always joke about Jiraiya's research, but he is such a lovable character. I really do like this one. Likewise with this one, Itachi and Sasuke, the brothers Uchiha, the touching there of the forehead, and then they just look so badass and ominous there in the background. It does, as you guys can see, say Uchiha there. And the one I really like the most, guys, I actually don't have. I think it may be, like, I think I'm missing 3 or 4 ZR cards. I don't actually have this one, number 1, which is Sasuke and Naruto. Yeah, it's just like the show, right? There they are, kind of looking across each other in their younger self, you know, say hating each other, and then we have that kind of poignant poses in the background, the orange colors. Yeah, it just looks really, really cool. I wish I had it. I'll get it into the collection very soon. I'm going to do the BR cards next, guys, because they're nothing really special. If you didn't know, they actually come with badges. You know what? I should have grabbed the badges as well, but again, they're nothing special. They kind of match the design, to be perfectly honest. First one up here, then we have Yamato. I just kind of feel the wood style jutsu in the background looks pretty cool. Next up, then we have Naruto with a kunai in his mouth. He's kind of got his jacket open. They kind of all have this sort of splash style design with the colors for the characters. And the one I like the most, I don't actually have. It is Naruto in Sage Mode. If you guys didn't know, there are only 16 BR cards, at least for now. Whether they'll like release more, who knows. But there are basically 12 commons, so the two I just showed off were commons, and then there are 4 exclusives, which are Tsunade, Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and this Naruto. If you buy a case of 12, you are guaranteed 1 exclusive, and then you get 11 commons. So it's a bit annoying, because then you have 1 common that you don't have. I think I was missing Kurenai, I think. And then, of course, there are 3 more exclusives to get. But the exclusives are then, like, fairly expensive to buy separately for what the for how cool the cards actually look. I actually pulled the Orochimaru, if you guys were wondering, but yeah, again, they're nothing too special, and they're now out the way. Let's move on to the next. The next cards, guys, are the UR Rarity, and first up we have Kakashi. He's nicked his thumb. He's spreading the blood across the scroll for some summoning jutsu. Really, really cool. I'm not a massive fan of the UR cards. I think some of them are a little bit lackluster. Like, I feel some of the SSR designs are better, but this is certainly one of the better ones. And I was also a fan of the Tail Beast and their Jinchuriki cards. This one here of Naruto with Kurama in the background looks really, really cool. But the one I think takes the cake is Gaara with Shukaku in the background. It just looks so cool, so badass. And I know this video is about cards, and I've put Funko on you guys a few too many times, but for the last time, I promise, I just wanted to show this off. I did get my Gaara Funko Pop signed by the English VA Liam O'Brien at MCM Comic Con recently with the quote "Sand Burial." How cool does that look? On to the ORs next then, guys, and sadly this very first one I don't actually own. I really, really want to pull it. I've seen other people pull it in videos, and I think it just looks really, really cool. Hiruzen Sarutobi with the Monkey King Enma. I just love it when they incorporate 2 characters into one card, and I think this one just looks so, so cool. Very, very jealous of the people who have pulled it. I'll get to it one day though. But my other 2 favorites in the OR collection are both Kakashi ones. First up, we have this one with his, were they like the Ninja Dog Squad or something? I'm pretty sure they had a better name than that off the top of my head, but I think this one's just really cool. Again, it incorporates several different characters, but my favorite OR card, guys, it had to be, right? 1,000 Years of Death. Look, he's got his book there in his hands as well. Just looks so cool, and it reminds me of just such a funny moment in the series. On to the ARs next then, guys, and if you watch a bunch of my Naruto Kayou videos, I say it almost every time, I absolutely love the AR cards. They may just be my favorite, at least in terms of the lower rarities anyway. I just think the reds, the blacks, the golds, and the silvers complement each other so, so much. So first up, we have this one of Gaara. Just think it looks really cool, that kind of moon or sun, whatever it is, in the background. He's got like the sand coming out of the gourd that kind of makes up the gold design as well. I just think it looks really, really cool. Next up then we have this one of Minato. I mean, look at Kurama in the background there. We've got the gold chains. We've got some kunai as well. Again, yeah, it just looks so, so cool. And my favorite AR card, guys, I actually thought I owned it, but I didn't find it in my binders, and I didn't find it in any of the cards that I still need to put in the binders. So I'm like, ugh, do I own this or not? But it's this one of Sasuke. I just think he looks so, so badass. Again, the moon or the sun, whatever it is in the background. But it's that pose where he's like looking down on us, right? It just looks so ominous with, again, the blacks, the golds, the reds there. Yeah, I just think it looks really, really cool. Before we get into the MRs and SP, guys, I wanted to do the LRs and CPs. So LRs up here first. If you guys didn't know, Naruto, these are guaranteed pulls in the blister packs. There are 6 to collect. So first up here we have Kakashi. If you guys can kind of see, it's a bit hard because they're like this really cool black and gold design, but yeah, like they're nothing super rare. As I said, you're guaranteed to pull them, but yeah, I really like this Kakashi one. Next up here we have Minato, which I think also looks really cool. Again, if you guys can kind of make out the designs there, yeah, maybe that's a little bit better with the light kind of shining on it. So much, again, some kunai and some extra cool details in there. My favorite one though is of Naruto in the Hokage jacket. Just looks really cool. I don't know what else to say. I know cool is like the only descriptive word in my vocabulary. Next up then we have the CP cards, which you can only pull in the tier 2.5 box, or also known as the Cloud or Itachi box. They're these pretty cool designs where you have a character in the foreground in color and then like a relation or a friend or master in the background in gold. As I said, you can only pull them in the tier 2.5 box. They are kind of like the exclusive rarity of that box, but they're not anything super rare, and you can buy the set, which I think off the top of my head is 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10 for pretty cheap, to be perfectly honest, rather than buying tons of the tier 2.5 box, which actually has the most cards. It's a very good starter box. It has 50 packs in there, but yeah, you don't want to buy tons of that box and get tons and tons of bulk. Just go out and buy the full CP list. Anyway then guys, here is the first one, which is Sasuke in the foreground with Itachi's gold self there in the background. I think it just looks really cool. Next up we have Kakashi here with Obito. If you can kind of make out Obito there, it's when the war mask is breaking. Obviously Kakashi is doing some Chidori. I think it just looks really cool. And my favorite CP card, it's like similar to the LR one, right? Naruto in the Hokage jacket, kind of looking back, and then we have Master Jiraiya in the background. Yep. I really like these CP cards, but as I said, they're nothing too special. We'll do the SPs next, guys, because in my opinion, the MRs are slightly harder to pull, and I think they do also look better. So these are my favorite SPs. I really like this one here of Gaara with some of this sand coming out of the, like, it's like the traditional, like, windowed cards, but we've got, like, the sand coming out. They started to do this in the later ones. The earlier ones were kind of pretty much all stuck in the windows. But yeah, I really like this one of Gaara. I also really love this one of Itachi here from his Anbu Black Ops days. He's got the sword, we've got like some flames. I don't know if that is supposed to be like the Sharingan or something in the background, but it's all red. My favorite one though, and again, I thought I owned this card, is this one here of Itachi, the Edo Tensei slash reanimated Itachi there with the crow. Man, I would really love them to make a Funko Pop of this, by the way. But yeah, I was absolutely positive I own this card, and again, it wasn't in my binder, and I don't think it's in any of the cards that I still need to put in the binders. So unless I've got another pile somewhere, which, to be perfectly honest, could be very possible. But yeah, I just think this one looks so cool, like I said, with the crow, with the flames. If I haven't got it, I definitely want to add it to my collection. So the MR cards, guys, feature some of the best designs. I really think they are very cool cards, and I was really torn for the first one. So like the number 3 position, I really love this one of Naruto, the 6th Path Sage mode. It just looks so freaking cool. Number 2, I don't actually own it though. Like, they're in like the earliest boxes, so I'd have to go back and buy some of those earlier boxes. I don't really want to do that, so I'll probably just end up buying this card. But the other one, like, tied with it is this one here of Minato, like the Kurama Chakra mode, I think, was it called, or was it Link mode, whatever it was. I mean, we've got Kurama there in the background, we've got the Rasengan. It's just such a cool card. So yeah, those two are tied for number 3. My second favorite MR card, guys, is this one of Itachi. As I always say, my favorite character, that kind of red moon in the background, almost kind of looks Sharingan like in the design, with like the crow feathers. Obviously, again, Edo Tensei slash reanimated. My favorite MR card though, guys, is this one here, 8. Might Guy 8 Inner Gates. I just think it looks so freaking cool. He like looks like a character out of Street Fighter, right? We've kind of got like that red dragon there, just looking so badass and ominous in the background. Yeah, just such a cool card, and was such a cool moment in the anime. We'll do the SCRs and the SVs next. I actually wasn't going to do them, but then I thought, you know what, we're then not doing a video with every single rarity. So the SCRs, I do own them. I just don't know where I've actually put these 2 cards. You can only get them in the use scroll box. They're like guaranteed pulls. I don't know what SCR, I guess it stands for scroll, right? But yeah, we've got this one of Naruto and this one of Boruto as well. If I had to pick between the two, I'd probably say I prefer the Naruto one, but they're still both pretty cool in their designs. And then we have the SV cards. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of these. Don't get me wrong, they do look cool, but I don't know, I just feel there are better cards out there, and maybe because these are exclusives to both the Heaven and Earth scroll box as well as the New Year's gift box, and now there are gold and silver variants, so it would be very expensive to continuously buy these boxes to try and finish the gold and silver sets. You're just better off honestly buying them separately. I've pulled a few silvers. The only gold one then that I have pulled is this one here of Minato, which I think is pretty cool, but again, I just feel they're not like the best cards per se. If I had to pick two others, I'd probably go with the Naruto in their Hokage jacket with a Hokage hat. I do think that one looks pretty cool. And then maybe, let's say, the middle one of Sasuke, because the New Year's gift box is like young Naruto, teenage Naruto, and older Naruto, and then young Sasuke, teenage Sasuke, and older Sasuke. Yeah, I probably feel the teenage Sasuke one looks pretty cool. It's like he's pointing the sword at you. Just before we get into the tier exclusive rarities, then let's go for the PR cards, the promotional releases that for us you actually have to buy them singularly. You can't pull these in any boxes. They're kind of giveaways, I think, when new sets release over in China. I can't separate these two. I just think they go together so well. Hashirama and Madara here, so I've decided to pick these two as one card. The next one I really like then is this one here of Master Jiraiya. We've got like Gamabunta there in the background. He's like blowing out some fire or something. I just think the design looks really cool. A lot of these PR cards do look cool, by the way. I'm actually like really behind on them though. Like I don't own all of them. Some of the earlier ones are now pretty expensive. And but like there's been like 5, 6, maybe even 7 or 8 that have released since the last time I bought them. My favorite one I don't actually own. I really like this one of Gaara in like the Shukaku kind of transformation. I just think it looks really cool. I thought I did have it, but when I kind of went back and tracked some things, I was like, you know what, I don't think I did actually purchase this one. It's not too expensive, but I think it just looks so freaking cool. On to the tier exclusives then, guys. What does that mean? These are the exclusive big hitter cards you can pull in each of the tier boxes. So for tier 1, it was these GP cards. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of these, and I don't think a lot of people are. This kind of silvery and red design. They're still fairly decent nonetheless, but yeah, they're just not the most popular, because the tier 1 boxes are absolutely horrible. They have really crappy pull rates. You're honestly better off buying all of these because there are 24 to collect. I think I bought all 24 for like 60 or something pounds. I think they have gone up in price since, as more and more of the like older Kayou boxes, the Naruto Kayou boxes, have now gone out of print. But again, I would still just recommend buying this full collection rather than trying to buy several, probably 100 tier 1 boxes. So who do we have then? We've got this one here of Gaara, which I think looks fairly cool. We've then got this one of Hashirama, which again, it's like, I just feel the designs aren't absolutely anything amazing. It's just this kind of fancy-ish kind of color, hollow design. My favorite one, if I had to pick one though, would be this one of Tobirama, who by the way isn't like, he's probably down on the list of my favorite Hokages, but I just kind of feel it does maybe look like the best GP. On to the CRs next then, guys, which are the tier 2 exclusives, and in my opinion, the best design cards in the entire set. Now, sadly, I have only ever pulled one CR card, which is this one right here, Izuna Uchiha, brother of Madara. It's actually the final CR card in the set so far, number 24. I do hope they make some more. Hey, that was a bit of a rhyme. But this certainly isn't my favorite amongst all the CRs. My top 3 then would be, first up here, we have this one of Hinata. I just think it looks really cool. We've got a super young Naruto and a super young Hinata, like grabbing her by the hand, such a lovely moment. And obviously Hinata looking very cute there, pulling her kind of hair back. It's almost like she's kind of remembering these memories, right? It's kind of her lifetime. Very cool card. Next up then, number 2 would be this one here of Jiraiya and Naruto. It just looks so nice. Jiraiya's doing some writing or drawing. I assume writing, right? He was a writer after all. Naruto's kind of leaning on his back, kind of having a nap. It looks like they're kind of on a toad's tongue, right? And then we've got all these lanterns around them. It just looks like a really nice card. And then my favorite one, guys, I've tried to pull this card so many times from the tier 2 wave 3 box, but never have. This one of Kakashi, it just looks so freaking cool. This like Sharingan in the background, like Chidori lightning in the foreground. He's got like, it's during his Anbu Black Ops days, he's got the mask there. Yeah, I just think that looks so sweet. I have seen some of the CR cards go for pretty cheap on AliExpress. I need to do a little bit more research, pardon me, because I didn't really know the store too well, but some of them, like this one included, I think was going for around £20, like British pounds, which I think is not a bad price at all. So I may try and pick it up. I definitely want to get some of the CR cards. Like the boxes, if you guys didn't know, are going more and more out of print. Like it doesn't seem like they're going to like print any of the older ones. So everything that's now out to this point is never going to be reprinted. So box prices are probably slowly going to go up. Maybe even the card prices will go up. So now would kind of be the time to pounce, in my opinion, if you were going to be buying singular cards of, well, any rarity, to be honest. Next then is the NR cards, the tier 3 exclusive pulls. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I've sadly never pulled an NR card, so these are all images from Capsule Corp Gear. First up then we have Itachi. The designs are kind of like this rainbowy style effect. I think they do look pretty cool. I'd like to see them more in person. I have seen people pull them and I'm like, you know what, they do look pretty cool, but sometimes it's better to see things with your own eyes. So first up then I would have this one of Itachi. My next favorite one would then be this one here of Madara, like, you know, Tensai reanimated. He just looks so like kind of badass. Just what's the word? I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. Just like leering over you. It's just like, damn, man, this guy means business. And then my favorite one would be this one here of Pain, the Diva Path Pain. As I said, there's not enough Pain figures. I think it just looks really cool. They've kind of got this shadow here going off. Well, actually, I think the whole like set kind of has shadows to an extent, but yeah, I just really like this one of Pain. As I've said multiple times in this video already, we really need more Pain cards. Next up, guys, we have the tier 4 exclusives, which are the BP cards. I think this stands for Battle Portrait. Well, I say I think, that's just my opinion. We don't actually have any official confirmation from Kayou of what the rarities stand for, but I think Battle Portrait fits quite well. My third favorite one then is this one here of Kakashi, number 18, that you could pull in the tier 4 wave 4 box. I think it looks pretty badass with the Chidori. They all have this kind of ominous sort of black shadowy figure of themselves in the background. My second favorite one is the only BP card I have actually pulled, this recently released one of Gaara. Again, I think it looks really cool with some Sanjutsu going on. Again, that ominous black figure of Gaara in the background. My favorite one though is actually this one here of Hokage Naruto. I think it looks really cool. You can only pull this one though in the youth scroll box. There are actually 4 BP cards that were exclusive to the youth scroll box, which is Tobirama, Tsunade, Minato, and this one of Naruto, which is really annoying because the youth scroll box, it's not super expensive, but it's like a little bit more expensive and there's not a lot in there in terms of other cards to pull. So again, you're probably better off buying these BP cards singular rather than buying tons and tons of the youth scroll box. But yeah, that one would be my favorite BP card. And last but certainly not least, we have the super rare SE cards. As I said though at the top of the video, I've sadly never been lucky enough to pull one. I do of course have these two, which are guaranteed pulls from that New Year's gift box, which released just about a year ago. Kind of like this Chinese New Year design with the 2 families, Sasuke, Sakura, and Sarada on one side, and then Naruto, Hinata, Himawari, and Boruto on the other side. Really cool designs. I mean, like, if I had to pick them singly, like, it's so difficult because they kind of all go together. Like the first 6 were like of these wedding ones. I mean, Hinata obviously looks beautiful there in a dress. You know, Naruto looks pretty dapper there in his like gown. I mean, it's hard to really pick them, right? Because they kind of all go together. And then likewise, the other sets are like connecting ones. Naruto and Jiraiya, Sasuke and Itachi, and Tsunade and Sakura. I mean, I probably do prefer the Sasuke and Itachi and Naruto and Jiraiya one to Tsunade and Sakura, but like they're still all cool. Those like last 6 are all numbered. They're super rare. The first 6 are like, I don't even know if you can pull them anymore. They were in tier 4 wave 4. The other ones were in tier 4 wave 5. So yeah, super rare, super hard to get. Very expensive to buy them singly as well, but they do of course look really cool. And now, do I have a single favorite card in the entire Naruto Kayou collection, you ask? I'm not too sure about that, but I certainly have a favorite in my own collection. It is this one right here, guys. The 20th anniversary promo card of a young Naruto on the swing with the older Hokage Naruto with his hand on his shoulder. And as you guys can see, I actually have it signed by the English VA Miley Flanagan. She even wrote Naruto down there in gold pen. So cool. But yeah guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Those new sets are coming really soon, where we do have new rarities as well. Can't wait to get into those. But drop some comments below guys, let me know your favorite cards in the Naruto Kayou collection. And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. I mentioned it earlier, I'll be opening up this tier 2 wave 5 booster box in a video next week, probably dropping either Friday, Saturday or Sunday. I also have a whole bunch of anime related TCG videos planned for the weeks and months ahead, probably more into the new year to be perfectly honest. I have ordered some of those newly. Well, are they newly released now? They've been out a couple of months. The Childresnd Kayou cards, so really looking forward to those. And I have actually been looking at a ton of different unofficial animated cards for the likes of My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Bleach, One Piece, Black Clover, some more Hunter x Hunter. So I haven't picked any of them up yet, but I'm kind of looking through various sets to try and see what cards look cool so we can open them up on the channel. That's why I said they're probably going to be more in the new year once I do make those decisions. But then we of course have the usual Funko, Lego, statues and figure videos coming as well. Make sure you stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? It's very simple. Subscribe. Hit click, smash that subscribe button and enable the notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds!